An e-bike rider has died after colliding with a garbage truck in Sydney CBD. The driver of the truck has been taken to hospital for mandatory testing and an investigation is underway. Premier Chris Minns described the incident as a tragedy as he announced a raft of new e-bike safety measures. Let's talk about what's happening right after this. The New South Wales government will halve the maximum e-bike power output allowed in the state to 250 watts after a rider died in a collision with a garbage truck in Sydney CBD. Emergency services were called into the intersection of Little Regent Street and George Street in Ultimo about 6 a.m. on Tuesday. The rider, a man aged in his 30s, was treated by paramedics but died at the scene. The driver of the truck, a 28-year-old man, was taken to hospital for mandatory drug and alcohol testing. An investigation into the circumstances behind the crash is underway, and a report will be prepared for the coroner. On Tuesday, New South Wales Premier Chris Minns announced the government would move to halve the maximum e-bike power output to 250 watts to limit speeds. He described today's incident as a tragedy, but reiterated the changes had already been commissioned by the government in response to the surge in popularity of e-bikes across New South Wales, particularly amongst teenagers. The situation is that they're just too powerful for New South Wales Road 2. Dangerous, particularly for young people, he said. Mr. Minns urged parents considering buying their children an e-bike for Christmas to check for an EN 15194 or certification sticker. Check the wattage and ensure the model is from a reputable brand with safety documentation. I don't want to put young people's lives at risk because they're traveling down the road on what is no longer a bike but a motorcycle, he said. Mr. Minns acknowledged that people currently own e-bikes that had a 500 wattage output and that the government would take a common sense approach. He said the changes were unlikely to impact share e-bikes as they are generally lower powered. The government is also reviewing the definition of an e-bike in road rules to close loopholes that allow motorcycle-level devices to be sold and ridden as though they are bicycles. Assistant Commissioner David Driver from the Traffic and Highway Patrol Command said New South Wales Police welcomed the decision. We support the decision of the government and the Premier, Assistant Commissioner Driver said. It does harmonise the legislation across Australia, particularly pertinent to those in border towns.